Hello, I'm SMMidi. This is my tutorial, my tips for Find the Strongest Rumble in the Switch 2 Welcome Tour game. So, essentially, this game is pretty tricky. It's mainly tricky because it's one of the only games that really feels unfair on you with the medal requirements. You need to get within 3 pixels for 3 medals, which is really, really tricky. I and a lot of other people pretty much call this game gambling, but there is a way of getting through consistently. So, for the first one, along the line, essentially what I'm doing here is I'm picking the weakest point of the rumble. Now that will always be 399 pixels away. You can either use the left side or the right side. Sometimes if the actual answer is close to the edge, then the left or the right might be cut off the screen, but at least one of them will always be usable to find essentially this distance. So by measuring that distance either on your screen, your monitor, your capture card if you got one, your TV, whatever, you can either make a physical prop, whatever you want to do, to measure out that distance. It will always be that distance between the weakest rumble and the exact answer. So here I'm trying to work out exactly where the weakest part of the rumble is on this attempt, and then I'm going to drag that line over to the to where I think it is. So on the right hand side there is no rumble. In the middle there is the weakest part of the rumble. That means in the left side, if we go exactly to the end of this tool, it is going to give me 399. As you can see there as well, it's a bit close to the edge, so it's not going to be usable on the left hand side really. But as you can see, spot on, we get 0 points, and that gives you the win. So again, you can always either use the left or the right side here. One of them will always work. Now, along 2 axes, that's Rumble 2, the second minigame, it's not as intuitive. Conveniently, the radius of... essentially, they use a circle for Rumble 2 and 3, and the radius of the circle is actually the exact same length as the tool we used in Rumble 1, the first game. So we can essentially, instead of having a line, we'll have a circle instead, and we will try and find one of the 4 extreme points of the circle. So that's either the all the way on the left, all the way on the right, the far bottom, or all the way at the top of the circle. So here, it was easier really for me to use the left and the bottom, but you can always just test all the way around if you're looking to play extra safe. But essentially, this does work in the exact same way that Rumble 1 worked, but it does take a little bit more trial and error, because it's not just here's the weakest point and then you just go 399 to the end and that's it. So it does kind of need a little bit of working out exactly where that is. If you work out 2 of the extremes, so say the left and the bottom, that does help you a little bit, because you can just work out the midpoint of the 2. Here I'm just working out the exact middle here using my tool. I've got a little cross in the middle as well, just to help me out. And if we eventually go for the answer, we will be pretty close, and not exactly right, but it does get us within 3, and that is enough to secure that 3rd medal again. Now, just briefly, false positives, which is Rumble 3, this one is trickier, because other parts of the screen will have rumble, not just the correct answer. I would say look for dead zones. So there is actually a dead zone at the very bottom of this circle, just below it. Those will never be part of the correct circle of rumble. And as far as I know, the circle is correct for this. So if you can find weak rumble points, similar to Rumble 2, then those can be used in the same way. But essentially, it's not really a foolproof method for Rumble 3. I would really just say it's a bit more trial and error. As you can see, we're still close with this tool. This is way closer than I could get casually with this, and I have played this game for a decent amount of time. I could not get anywhere close to 8 away casually, but with this tool, it does make it a lot easier to at least be in the ballpark range of where the answer is. But that is my my strats for the Rumble games in Switch 2 Welcome Tour. I am currently doing speedruns of this game as well, and that's kind of why I wanted to work out some strats for this game. So hopefully, maybe eventually we'll be able to find out an exact strat for Rumble 3. Maybe we can lab out exactly how the false positives work, whether they operate around the same kind of circle system or if it is trickier than that. But yeah, essentially the main thing to look for in the Rumble 3 is just any dead zone areas, because they will never be part of the correct circle. And that is really the main thing I can suggest for that one. So thanks for watching and good luck.